Welcome to Keyframers, the animated collaborative coding livestream where we bring imaginative user interfaces to life. I'm your host, Stephen Shaw, but you may know me as @Shashaw.
And I'm your host, David Khourshid, also known as @DavidKPiano.
Together, we are coding compadres, animation amigos, Boolean buddies, and keyframe companions.
Yeah, so we're going to be creating a pretty fun animation from scratch live using just HTML and CSS today.
I think so. Don't think there's any JS needed here.
No.
This show is made possible by your support. The more you pledge, the more CSS we create. So pledge at patreon.com/keyframers and hit these like and subscribe buttons around the video, YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff. We also have some additional links available down below.
Yeah, and hey, please ask us any questions or comments in the chats because we will read them and we will try our best to address them on the air. And yes, I know we're pretty early today, and that's because I have to fly to Mexico later. So
flying to Mexico, huh?
Yeah, team offsite. That's
nice.
What happens.
Very offsite.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. So whose bright idea was it to make this animation? We've never done something like this before. And in fact, this is made with probably something like C4D, which is a 3D animation type of designer. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, let me get this animation up for you all to see. So we're doing something a little bit different today. Yeah, here we are. And this animation does not loop, which is a bit
it does. Does it not?
Really? It keeps stopping for me. I'm not sure why.
I mean, it's a GIF animation, so I'm just using the GIF scrubber.
Yes, I'll be switching over to that in a moment. I just was trying to show it on Dribbble. So it's just entitled Dialogue by Folio Illustration Agency. And it's not looping, so here we are in GIF Scrubber, our favorite little extension here for inspecting these animations. We've got a phone screen, we've got pages, we've got this nice 3D effect. Where these pages are slowly animating into place. All right, so
the tricky part of this is going to be the curving of the pages, but we've done similar things in previous episodes. Plus, I've done a lot of work in making that curved effect with just HTML and CSS. And the trick is nested elements. So if we go to the code pen, this is exactly what I have over here.
Wow. So there's some nesting going on. Explain this Russian doll setup.
Okay, so we have a paper here, right? And I'll actually do outline 2 pixels solid. Let's say yellow, just to show where the paper is, and maybe outline offset another 2 pixels, just to really highlight that. So this entire paper, it's made up of what's called segments, and each of these are nested on each other. Russian doll is a good way of thinking about it. You could also think about it like a telescope sort of effect. Each segment, which is 1/5 of the page currently, is inside of each other, and so we just we don't transform it. We make it top 100% so that it's at the very edge of each segment. So you could think of it like a telescope fully extended. So what that means is if we rotate each of these segments, let's say 5 degrees, then we get some sort of curving effect, as you could see here. And so let's just rotate the app. I have an animation called rotisserie, just so you could see that effect right over there. So you see how it has a curve, and we could adjust that curve, maybe make it 10 degrees, where it's going to curve a lot more. And, we could add more segments to make it even more of a perfect curve, but, this is good enough, especially for performance reasons.
Right. So we're essentially doing kind of a low poly effect, where we have these segments making up, one kind of flat plane, and then we're rotating each of the segments to give that curved effect. But if you're looking at it closely, you can see the segments.
And it rotates on the x-axis, and so you could just imagine that left to right axis where we're rotating it and transforming it from the top center origin, because we don't want to rotate it from the middle. It would look a little weird.
Right. So 3D CSS transforms are kind of fun. Mentally, it's always a struggle for me to remember which, like, rotate X and rotate Y and rotate Z do. But basically, your X axis is, the kind of horizontal plane. So when you're rotating on the X axis, you're rotating kind of along that that line. And so rotate Y, you've got your vertical axis. You're rotating that way, and it should make a little bit more sense. But yeah, right now with rotisserie, we have it. Or let's see, you stopped that. Yeah, we've got that. We've got our kind of plane that all of the papers are going to go into, rotated Y on that vertical axis, and then the segments are rotated X on that horizontal axis.
Right. So the general game plan is we're going to animate just one of these sheets of paper, and then we just copy and paste these papers and do our staggered animation for each of those. And if we have time, we have one row paper that sort of does a loop-de-loop and then meets up with their other paper friends.
Yes, that'll be an interesting challenge all on its own. But I think we got this. This part.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let me go back to the animation. So we have.
So let's see. We'll want to if we look at the animation, we see that the segment's angle, it's at, we'll say 15% or so, and then it animates to 0.
Yes.
Because eventually the paper goes flat. And so let's just say, let's make a duration for that too. I'll go ahead and add some CSS variables. We have duration, let's say 3 seconds even. It just seems like that sort of thing. And then using 0.50, 0.51, my favorite sine curve based easing. So yeah, for each of these segments, yeah, you could go ahead and do that. We're just gonna, I guess, animate from 15 to 0, whatever feels right.
Yeah. So use var duration here.
And then at the same time, I could animate the actual paper as a whole, because it has to basically come into the scene. And this is getting really 3D-y, but that's going to be a translate Z animation. Whoa.
Yeah. Let's see, about 15 degrees to transform, rotate X, 0 degrees. So let's see how that works. Yeah. Ooh. Are you adding multiple papers in there or no?
Yeah, we're going to eventually, but let's start.
That was a separate issue then. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, so you see how it just sort of nice. Comes in.
Yep.
And we're done. Actually, I mean it's pretty close, but yeah, maybe we could tweak that 100 pixels and do something else there. Let's also have an infinite, because we want it to go infinitely.
Yes.
All right, yeah, let's just look back at the original animation. So it also, I guess we have a y-axis, the y. So we have translate Z, but also translate y, 50% or so, because it sort of,
yeah. Is it coming from down below? Yeah, I guess. Right, it's kind of.
It does. I think the effect will be. You know what? I'm gonna YOLO and just copy paste this paper, and let's do a little stagger effect and see what happens.
It almost seems like this animation was made in reverse. like the sheets are falling
Yeah.
off. If you watch it backwards, the motion feels more appropriate. That's interesting.
Yeah. So for I from 1 through, actually, hold on. We could do our little technique where we just add that variable to the style. So all right, let's see. Paper style equals I, and then like what 0, 1, 2. I never know whether to 0 index or 1 index like the actual variable, but you know, we'll go ahead and 0 index it, and then we could have that delay over there. So there, make it explicit. Animation delay calc. There, I times what's like point.
We probably want to set just a stagger variable.
Yeah.
So stagger, say like 0.2 seconds. So yeah, just the.
All right. Yeah. Add your stagger in, and
Nice.
yeah, it goes pretty flat. Like maybe the Y needs to be more pronounced.
What are you referring to?
Or whoa.
Sorry.
No, that looks about right. Do you want 0.2 seconds? Maybe longer? Yeah, we can play around with that.
Yeah. Right, so double the stagger there. And it actually we might need to play around with no, it is staggering. So the stagger's a lot higher. And the easing we need to play around with too. But yeah, one thing that I'll often do is make sure that that's a negative delay, so that the animation will start
right. Yeah.
kind of in the middle there.
Mm-hmm. So I'm also defining a rogue paper class. I just want one piece of paper to just go a little bit crazy. So we'll do that. Dot paper dot rogue, and so it's going to have the same coming in animation, but each segment is going to have a different animation this time. Instead of just curved paper, it's going to rotate like a lot. So let's see how that. So I'm just going to call this rogue paper because it's the rogue one in the pile. So what should it be like? -1 turn. Oh my god.
Whoa.
That did not do what I thought it was going to do.
I'm messing with a few things at the moment. Whoa. Oh, okay, so you're just doing the segments. I think we need to actually rotate the entire paper.
Yeah. So on the paper, I'll go ahead and do transform origin top center, just because it looks like that's where the
yeah. And our paper rogue still needs a index variable. I'll add that. Aye. Getting some serious lag here.
Lag?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Okay, well, trying to get this loop-de-loop in. Here, let's whee! I think maybe it's going the wrong direction.
Yeah, I think it needs to be inverted, so let's see.
Yeah, right now I'm experimenting at this point. So let's try like a 0.5 turn. Well, all right. So the thing is that I guess this rogue paper starts out at the original position, right? So let's get rid of this, then translate z. What do you have? 100 v min or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Okay, let's get rid of this. Translate y for now.
It does need to be. It does need to start from out. So it might. We might have to do more than just from and to. We might need to add like a 50%. Rotate 1.5.
Whoa.
Right. You need to. This needs to be the from.
Let's
see. And then one thing we can do is change the transform origin to a 3D origin. So top, center, and then like
like negative, yeah, something crazy like that.
Whoa.
Okay, that's definitely the right idea.
Right.
Maybe a little too overzealous on the turns, but by the way, thank you for following Ananta Kumar.
Yes.
Really awesome for you. Team Tequila, yeah.
We also might need translate y either before or after the rotation. I'm pretty sure it needs to be after to kind of increase that. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm just looking through the animation again. Yeah, so it does one full turn and then it rests. So it starts out, it looks like it starts out like, yeah, that translated Z, but it starts out at the bottom and then it goes up and then back down.
Right, so translate Y in there as well.
Right, so we would like do a translate Y from the bottom to the, so basically we need a 50%. That's what we need. Yeah.
Let me adjust a few things. So where do you have the 3D transform applied? Okay, you just got transform style, perspective.
You know what we could do? Instead of animating the entire paper, because it's still going to have that translate Z, and because we want that to still be a smooth, whoa.
Don't worry about it.
All right, we still want it to be a smooth, like what if we just change the animation on the very first, the top segment, which is like the ringleader of segments. Yeah, let me try that. Like just before we get too deep into this. So the rogue paper, that animation is going to stay the same, but the very first segment, that's the animation that's going to, it's going to change a little bit. So we want to, yeah. So let's see, rogue paper. We want a from, we want a 50%, and we want a to. So the from is going to be transform rotate X and then translate Y. We have, let's just say 100 viewport height. And then 50% transform, translate Y, negative 50 viewport height. And then I'm just, whoa. What the heck happens?
So I added the blue background there just to.
Yeah, but it's jumping, and I'm trying to figure out why it's jumping. Here, what if we do this? So I wonder why it jumps. Like, oh, you know what?
You're only targeting the direct descendant segment.
It's the yeah. That's what I want to do. So. And I want to do that because that's going to be the ringleader. That's going to be what controls basically it holds all the other segments. So you could think about it as a parent. Actually, yeah. So animation delay, I'm just going to put none for now, because right now it's like sort of off sync with the actual animation.
Hey, thanks for following him, Miss Fox. Right.
Actually, yeah. For the rogue paper, I'm just going to get rid of, just for now, just get rid of the. Yeah. All right. So you see, it's going from the bottom to the top. And now we could actually control, like, for example, it might be rotate -x -1 turn, and then rotate x like another 1 turn. So I'm just experimenting at this point. Where is it? Did it disappear?
I'm updating something.
Oh no.
So I hid all the other papers, so we can just focus on debugging this here.
All right, cool. So yeah, it's doing the right thing where it's transforming. It's not doing my rotate x -1 turn though.
Right. So because you need to you need to do that a little bit earlier, I think. Hey Dan.
Oh, hey.
Welcome. We're going a little bit early today. David's flying a little bit later.
Look at this paper.
Wow. That's about what we want.
Almost.
Okay. Does this need to be positive and this one need to be negative? Yeah. Yep, that's more appropriate.
Here, let me get rid of the translate wise, just because it's sort of distracting us. Okay.
Yeah, we may only need the 1 turn, so this can just be 0.5 and this can just be 0.
Okay, cool. So now comes the part where we coordinate it going up and down, right? Yeah, because we could imagine. Oh, okay. So rotate x. It starts off at 1 turn, right?
Right.
Well, actually, 1 turn, that's nothing. So we want to actually start off at -0.5 turn, so that it's like, oh wait, just kidding.
Yeah,
0.5 turn.
1.5.
And then, whoa, nope, wrong way.
So it needs to be 1. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, and then
we want it to end up at 0. It is basically.
So 1.5, then 1, then 0, something like that.
Yeah, but since it's at 50%, that probably needs to be 0.75 or something.
Okay.
But let's leave out the 50% for now.
Okay.
We'll just do this 1. Yeah. And then we'll do the translate Z.
Well, translate Z.
Yeah, to give it like the looping effect, because right now it's just kind of spinning around that center axis. But if we rotate it, if we rotate it and then translate it, what
if we change the transform origin to top left 100 vmin, and then with that,
probably not that much, but yes, that will also work.
Okay, awesome. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
That looks pretty good.
That is very close.
Yes.
Probably bump it up a little bit.
Okay.
15, there we go. Yeah, so transform origin can also be 3D. The first two properties, the first property is usually X, right? I always get the order mixed up between horizontal and vertical for transform origin and like background position and all of that. They can really be either if you're using keywords. So we've got the vertical first, and then horizontal, and then the 3D, the Z. So X, Y, and Z.
You see what I did there?
No. Did you increase the...
only
nice.
For this one. For the other papers, they stay the same. See?
Very nice.
Nice. Wow. Okay, this is...
Okay, so let's add these other papers back in and see.
Hell yeah. All right.
See what needs to happen. All right, so let's add the stagger back in on that one. So style equals dash dash I3. And we currently have negative, so this needs to be, oh good, thanks. And then our paper landing spot should probably just have that same paper color.
Yeah.
Let's see, stagger.
You're right.
Let's see, plus var stagger times var total times -1.
Okay.
All right, so now okay, cool. And
something's weird with the flippy paper. So the problem is that the segment animations are not. So all right, I got an idea. What we could do is we could make the rogue paper the very first paper. That's going to eliminate a lot of confusion. Yeah. So we'll make the rogue paper numero uno, and then I'll just increase the other ones. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
it's hard to
Did we
tell what's happening.
Yeah, I think. Oh God.
What did you do?
Nothing. I just changed the order of the paper. So the rogue paper is now number 0.
Yeah.
So it should not have any animation delay or whatever. But for some reason, the rogue segment.
Oh, so what needs to happen? Sorry, animation inherit, and then animation name. This way the staggering and everything will be inherited for the segments.
Gotcha. Okay, so hopefully that works.
Kind of, yeah. Something there's like still some weird snapping that happens.
What did I do?
You did translate
okay.
What are you trying to do?
Nothing.
So let's say.
Well, yeah. So that rogue paper, we just need to. I think we have to edit the actual bigger paper animation. So I have this twirl in, and we could tweak this. We could just do your animation inherit, and then animation name.
Oh, I think the issue was you had animation delay none on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So all right. Well, then
so let's try without that, and let's see.
Word.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of a weirdness. Stagger times total times -1. All right, I'm opening up debug view here so I can
All right.
inspect a little bit and see what's happening with the animation delays. Here on CodePen Pro, that debug mode comes in extra handy. Highly recommend it. All right, so here's our rogue paper. You can see what's happening there. Let's tab over to, let's see.
Sorry, just messing some stuff up. Okay, oops.
There it is, computed. All right, so animation delay is negative 2.4 seconds. 8 seconds. Seems right, but yeah, something's weird. So animation fly in, transform.
Something's iffy.
It looks fixed now in what you've done. Let me refresh and see. Yeah, it's just Yeah, that's strange.
Did someone just lose a Pac-Man game? What was that?
I think my son is up.
Oh.
Nice. Getting the border up. I'm going to increase the rotation just a little bit. 45 degrees, 65.
Yeah, and also we could make it points down a little bit. But like there's some isometric goodness happening here.
Yeah. Oh, other way.
And also hella shadows. My God.
Yeah, the shadows.
Yeah, we could. You know what? Let me. This took me hours, but only because I was discovering the technique. I have this animation where I actually did have this 3D effect with the shadows inside, and so you can imagine that those are just pseudo elements. It's not really, not really anything crazier than that, but still not sure how those would into play. Let's bump this up to like 40 and see. Oh, no.
Yeah, you want the back to go away. Animation fly in.
Yeah.
Let me take off the stagger completely and let's just see what's happening there.
Okay. Whoa! It just sort of disappears into the void.
Right. You don't want to translate the background forward. You want to translate that edge backwards. Okay. Times stagger. Let's just not even do that portion. Var times var stagger. Oh, do I? No, it's necessary. 6 seconds.
So we have the border over there, transform, see like 2D min. So we should have that protrusion. Where could that be? Try and make the. Whoa! Now they disappear into the void.
Well, so you have like this papers wrapper. Where's that? Okay, so that just needs to be background white. Okay, and then let's see.
Actually, it's sort of a cool effect how they sort of just disappear into each other. But
Let's see. Okay, so it's interesting. There we go. Okay, that's kind of working. Still getting oddities there. What is that? Okay, so paper, got animation.
So Dan Quom asks, why so soon today? And number one, experimenting with the time. Number two, I have a flight later. So yeah. Sorry.
I think it's a good time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually surprised we accomplished this much in less than an hour. So, don't show this to your, like your bosses or managers. Or like, how long will it take you to finish this? Oh, 4 hours. When in reality, it takes like half an hour. That's our secret sauce. I'm going to do sort of a shadowy effects. We'll see what I could do. Let's see. From transform, translate like 100%, and then to transform, translate none. Oh my god. Need some overflow. No, we can't do overflow hidden. Shoot. That's okay. I have another trick up my sleeve. Oh god, yeah, that looks see, this is something where if you plan ahead, you'd be like, okay, we need another wrapper layer, and then we need to let's see. Okay, I can do that. Yeah.
On paper, we can do overflow hidden.
Yeah, that's true. It's just gonna still be a weird effect.
Oh no, because that flattens out the 3D effect. I forgot about that.
Right. So you don't want to do that. Don't worry. There's clip path polygon. Heck yeah. And then we have like 100%, 100%. So those stand for X and Y's. 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. 100%. I don't even know how well this is going to work. So, just as an experiment,
I can almost guarantee performance is going to have some issues.
I have faith. Whoa, why did it become an X? Okay, so I want. Yeah, why the heck? Or maybe I mixed these up. 0, 100%, 100%, 0%. Okay, it's still becoming an X.
Let me see. Clip path. Yeah, 0, 0, 0, 100%.
Oh, this may be 100%.
Well, this.
And then this should be 100%, 100%. That should be 100%, or 0, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this.
I think we can leave the shadows as an exercise to the listener.
Fine.
Hey, thanks Collab TV for subscribing with Twitch Prime. That's super helpful to us. If you missed it, let's see. I guess it was not last week, but the week before. Collab TV Did some fun group collaboration. I think there was probably 10 or 15 people that participated total, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
That was super fun.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Okay, but what we could do is we could have I put a shadow element on the app. And so if we like, first of all, position absolute that 100%, and then we set the transform origin to the very bottom. So was it bottom center or something like that? And then we could transform rotate X, just the same type of thing. Outline 1 pixel solid. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be the basis of our shadow. And it's a pretty long shadow, which is okay by me. Let's just grab that color real quick. Background, and ready, lights, camera, action. There's our shadow. Border radius inherit, because we want...
Doesn't it go the opposite way though?
It goes both ways.
Really? It looks like it's just coming off the back of the phone.
Oh, yeah. But not when the papers are coming in. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so we could just, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. No, that's too skinny. Zoom in. And then, yeah, just a quick little, like, 5-minute idea. Oh, that would be cool. So, since we have that shadow plane, and I don't want to like overflow it or anything, the number of segments we have, we could do dot paper shadow times. How many papers do we have?
Like we have 4 papers.
4 papers. Okay. Cool. So what we could do inside that shadow class, we have a paper shadow. So dot paper shadow, I'll just put it here because I'm lazy. Let's see, background. We're going to have that. And we're going to basically make them animate on that flats plane, like from it's just going to be a very simple translate Y. Yeah, so height, what, 50% or so width, 100%, and it's position absolute, top 0, left 0. But what we could do is we could have them come in. So animation, I guess we can't really inherit. So animation shadow in their duration, infinite, or yeah, varying as well.
Where are you adding the paper shadows?
So it's just like right above papers. I'm on line 83 or so.
Oh no, in the HTML.
Mm-hmm. And so shadowing, it's going to be a very simple translate Y. So from keep misspelling that. Transform translate Y. Let's just say like -100 vmin, right? And to transform none. And so you're going to see like, where's my shadow? Wait, I have paper. Yeah.
So if they're nested inside of shadow, shadow's got that rotation on it, and so they're going to be off. What I would suggest is moving the shadow into the paper, because the paper element really isn't rotating, or not rotating significantly.
It is.
The loop-de-loop one, yes, but
well, the actual paper itself. Look at the yellow outlines. So it's definitely rotating. So why? I went. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Translate Y -1. That's my mistake. Okay, cool. Watch. It's going to work now. All right. So you see that was 1, and all we have to do is add our little CSS variables, and style equals I well, do we do it 0 indexed? Yeah,
Yeah.
0, 1, 2, 3. And then we could just go ahead and add that delay. How much do we have the delay? I guess you could add that.
So we need to do top 100%, I'm pretty sure here.
Okay. Animation delay. Calc fair.
Just
you called it stagger?
Yeah, var I times var stagger.
Cool.
And that should be it.
Yeah, and so as the papers get closer, they also shrink. So scale y1, translate y whatever, and then it just goes to transform scale y, 0, I'm guessing?
Maybe.
Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, except our transform origin is a bit off. Transform origin top center.
Yeah.
Okay, let's and then animation fill mode both, right?
Yeah, so the problem is the stagger, the delay. Oh, yeah, I guess that works.
Yeah,
nice.
Check that out.
Hey, yep.
All right.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. I tried to make the iPhone 3D just by adding that before, and I had it. I just lost it. But,
Paper.
Man, that road paper is fun.
Let's see. I was trying to give the segments a little bit of shading, but that's not going to work because we don't have CSS variables for those. And I don't feel like adding those. Where are you at?
Somewhere.
Just messing up our perfectly good animation.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I don't really need to touch this.
Yeah, I think that one's working just fine with the transform origin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. It's just, honestly, it's the segments. I feel like it's flattening out a little bit too early. So what I could do is just tweak that animation directly over here. So like just say animation name curve row paper and then curve row paper. So now that's the same. It goes to 0, but instead of 80 to 100, I just want to like just wait till completion. I didn't mess anything up, did I?
Yes.
What did I mess up?
So, good question.
This should be the same. This segment, oh, that's the same specificity. Wow. Oh, man. Okay, specificity issues, that's okay. There, so now it waits a little bit. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't wait a little bit longer. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, it waits a little bit longer to, or so we could say 0, 50% or something like that, just to make it like maintain its curviness. Ah, see?
Mm-hmm.
I'll make that like 25 just so it's not so pronounced.
Nice.
Haha! Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm still getting occasional visual glitches, and I'm not really sure. I think that's just a 3D transform thing. Let me see.
You know, it might be what I did to the actual app. Let's see, because background var color blue, but it's not blue. What's going on? Why the heck is it transparent?
Because you have this before over it.
Okay. Well, let's kill this.
Do we even have color blue defined?
Why? Yes, I do. Why is it EF? RGB. Actually, no, that sounds about right. Okay. So, here, where's my... No, it should be this.
Where are you?
Oh, but that changes everything. So this is color BG, and then color blue should be that. And so the body is color BG. Aha! We have solved the mystery. All right, so the background here should be color BG because it's just hiding in the background.
Hey, thanks for following in, Travis, and thanks for sharing so much on Twitter. Appreciated that.
All right, so that's sort of the 3D thing, but you see, oh wow, that's actually a really cool effect. You see the papers like just, oh man, I'm having too much fun.
Something's not.
No, I know what happens. So we have translate X, but we should really have translate Z -2V min, and then we just get rid of this one. So now watch.
I've still got some errors happening. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Okay, we might be out of sync a little bit here. All right, it's
cool.
Looks about the same.
Yeah. You know what? Let me go back to my crazy disappearing thing.
Okay.
Papers. We have transform. I cannot spell today. Translate Z to V min. All right, so now that's going to be at the same level as the before. See?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now that gives us our little 3D effect. I'm just going to variabilize this shadow over here. Bring that color shadow. Oops. Shadow. Did I call it just shadow? Or yeah, I just called it shadow. Not sure why I did that. Color shadow. Okay. We're good. Beautiful. Should we add more papers?
Nice. If we do, we may need to play with the duration and the end state. Let's try adding one more paper just to see. So paper style equals I, and then we'll add one more shadow, and then that should work.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, so just to give the segment some depth, here, where's my second? So border, 1 pixel, solid, RGBA, black, let's say just 0.2. Border top, none. Border bottom, at the very bottom. So, okay, so now there shouldn't be any...
So one thing I did to reduce the gap is instead of top 100%, top 99%.
So what if we kill that?
Well, it needs to be 99 or 100. there.
Let's do 100% to see what happens.
I was getting gaps in between. Is what? Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting gaps.
That's a little weird.
What are you trying to do? Just give a border to the paper?
Yeah, just give a little outline, just so it's like obvious that it's papers. If we can't have that shadow in there.
Yeah. Okay, paper rogue. I'm gonna move paper rogue all the way to the bottom.
Okay.
Because that makes more sense. And then let's do. It's probably just the stream. The animation itself is pretty.
Pretty smooth.
It's pretty smooth when it's not auto refreshing. So right now that's part of the issue. Did you add a border on paper itself? Because if you do,
no, I didn't.
Because if you do border top and bottom on there, then that'll give the top and bottom.
Yeah, if I did, I should have removed it.
Where are you? Oh, you're adding it at
just a little bit of depth, as much as I can. You know, see, it looks more more thick in a way.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I wish you could do like pure 3D with,
actual shadow calculation.
Yeah, would be nice, but.
Oh no, that's okay. Let's see.
As it stands, that's looking pretty nice.
Yeah. I'm impressed.
Rotate -15. There we go. A little bit more isometric,
Yeah.
Rotate Y. What about like 55? I don't know. I'm just isometricizing.
Yeah.
Nice. Nailed it.
Let's paper shadow. So I'm gonna do scale 8.
Oh, and one more thing. So these papers coming out from, where are they coming out from? Like translate Z 100 V min. That should probably be 150 so that it's off screen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just it depends on the angle of everything.
Yeah, or maybe like 120. I don't know. We could tweak that, but this is cool.
Mm-hmm.
130. I don't know.
Yeah, and I increased the
stagger,
the rotation of them a little bit.
Okay, we could probably like tweak down the stagger as well to 0.6, just because now they're starting from farther apart, but okay, yeah, that looks nice.
Why is that flash? Are you getting that flash of?
No, I'm not getting any flash at all.
Okay, it might just be even.
Maybe it's your computer because, I mean, obviously that's a bad answer.
Looks fine here.
I'm also applying transform style preserve 3D to absolutely everything, which might also potentially be an issue. But
right, I think that's part of the issue. I think my GPU is maxed out from the streaming, and so it's.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I think this is a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Pending, issues with performance, but that's okay.
Yeah, yeah, that can always be adjusted. Cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and keyflect.
All right.
All right. Hold on, my computer's dying again. Here we go. We're now moving into Keyflections, a quick review of the techniques used to build this animation. If you have any questions, ask in the chat or the comments below, and we'll be happy to answer.
Yeah. Hey, if you've enjoyed watching this so far, you could, of course, follow, subscribe here on Twitch or YouTube, or you could pledge at patreon.com/keyframers. Links are available right below.
Yes, you should absolutely do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so today's animation, Dialogue by Folio Illustration Agency on Dribble. It's just kind of this isometric, flat, shaded 3D effect with all these papers coming in, which is really nice. So we've attempted to recreate this with CSS-only, and we've got got a pretty nice equivalent, I'd say.
Yeah.
So talk to us about what's happening with paper.
All right, so with paper, there's actually 5 segments inside the paper. They're all layered inside of each other like a telescoping effect, and you'll recognize the same idea in some of the animal animations that I've done with creating the curved tail and stuff like that. The trick to do it is to position it so that the top of one segment is at the bottom of its parent segment, and then you rotate it on that transform origin. So then you get that nice 3D effect. If you were to fold the paper into 5 segments, you could see just the idea in theory, because it's pretty much the exact same thing. And so with this, we could control the rotation of each segment on that transform origin using a CSS variable that I named rotate. And so that controls how much each segment is rotated relative to each other. And so you can see we have one twirly paper where the rotation is a little bit more pronounced than the other ones, and that we call the rogue paper.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. That nesting is what produces that nice curve, because the rotation just keeps increasing since each is a child of the segment above it. And then, so with our papers, so overall we just have a 3D transform on everything, and we've got our app container somewhere in here. Our app container that is giving us this kind of perspective, this isometric view with translate or with the rotation, and then I've got translate X to push it off to the side a little bit, and then each of the papers has an animation happening. So let's see. Yeah, the fly-in animation here. So at the start, it's translated Z off screen and translated Y down a little bit so that it kind of curves up like our original our animation inspiration. And then it's got just a slight bit of rotation on the whole paper itself, so that it slides in addition to the rotation on the segments. And then let's see. And then it slides into place with translate Z0, translate Y0, and rotate X0. That could just be transform none, but I was trying to resolve the slight visual glitch that's happening. Which hopefully is just my machine. And then, so talk to us about the rogue paper, David.
All right, so the rogue paper, we had a lot of fun futzing around with it, but basically we take the top segments and we modify that top segment, which, remember, it leads all of the other segments so that they follow it. And we, Shaw's going to color it blue, and we make it do a loop-de-loop, basically. So we do that by, I think, wrong segments. But anyway, by making it rotate 1.5 turns at first. And so starting off from that 1.5 turn, it's going to come back to 0, but that's what causes it to do that loop-de-loop. So.
Right, and that's that first segment of the paper is getting that additional transform with that 3D transform origin, which really helps it, kind of feel like it's looping around rather than like it's flipping around on the parallel bars. It's more like it's on a string off of the parallel bars and being flipped around because of that transform origin.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the increased rotation of the segments helps with that effect by changing that CSS variable there.
Mm-hmm. I think that was the trickiest part of this animation, to be honest.
Yeah.
But anyway, besides that, we have the shadows on the bottom, which are all synced up to the papers because we have those CSS variables, the style ~i equals whatever the index is, and that's dictating the duration, or not the duration, but the delay.
The delay, yeah.
Yep, the staggered part of that animation. And so we can make those perfectly in sync with the flying in papers by transforming on Y and scaling on Y as well.
Yes. Yeah, and that works out pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
So let me change our rogue paper back to its normal color. There we go. That's great. All right. Yeah. Anything else?
I think that's all. Lots of 3D goodness in here.
Cool. Yeah. Well, that is all we have for you today. You have been watching Keyframers. If you've enjoyed this episode and would like to see more from David and I, there are many ways you can support us. The primary one being patreon.com/keyframers. You can support us each month, which really helps us keep these streams going and get some additional content out there that we're working on. You can also like and subscribe at youtube.com/keyframers. That's where we'll have this episode and all of our past episodes are up there, so definitely check that out, youtube.com/keyframers.
Mm-hmm. Also, we do accept submissions for future episodes. This is sort of a living testament that we could do anything with CSS and HTML. Or almost anything. Like, don't challenge us too hard. Unless he wants to contribute to our Patreon, then okay, sure, we'll take the challenge.
Yes.
But yeah, you could also present questions or challenges to us, and we'll try to answer them on the air. So please share this video and demo across all of the social things. MySpace, Instagram, I don't know.
Yes. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Until next time.
Especially this early, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of nice. It's have some coffee and some CSS.
Coffee and CSS.
Well, until next time, adios, amigos.
Adios.